For this lesson, you need to open the sample file Sales Summary 3 from your Sample Files folder. I'm going to begin this lesson by adding a total row to the table. To do that, I click any cell in the table, and then Table Tools Design tab, and in the Table Style options, I check the Total Row checkbox, and a total appears in cell D8. But I don't want the total for the sales, I want the maximum sales figure. So I click in cell D8, click the drop-down arrow to the right of the cell, and I'll select Max instead of Sum. And I can see that the maximum sales value between January and April was 28,060. I'm now going to use a special item in a structured table reference in order to place the same value in cell G5. So in cell F5, I'll type Max Sales and press the Tab key. And in cell G5, I'll type equals and then click once with the mouse on cell D8. And notice the structured table reference that's appeared. This means look in the sales table and then reference the value in the totals row that is at the bottom of the total column. I'll press the Enter key, and you can see that I'm referencing the 28,060 maximum value that's currently in cell D8. I think I'll also apply the comma style to these three cells. So I click the Home tab on the ribbon, and in the number group, the comma style. You may be wondering what the other special items are used for. So I'll type a dummy formula into cell G7 to examine each of them. I'll type equals, and then SA, and there's the sales table, so down arrow and tab key, and I'll open a bracket, and there are my special items. So I'll go down to the All special item to begin with, press the tab key, and I'll close the bracket. And you can see that a blue line has appeared around the entire table, because the All special item references every cell in the table, including the header and total row. In this case, that means cells A3 to D8. Now let's look at the next special item, the Data special item. You can see that this time the highlighted cells are cells A4 to D7. In other words, all of the cells in the table, excluding the header and total rows. And now let's look at the next special item, the Headers special item. The Headers special item references the first row, row 3, and you can see a blue line has appeared around cells A3 to D3. And now let's look at the next special item, the Totals special item. This is the special item that we used to calculate the max sales in cell G5. The Totals special item references all of the cells in row 8, the totals row of the table. Let's just look at the final special item at this row. We'll be covering that in the next lesson. It's just worth saying something about that Data special item. It's actually very rarely used because it's the default. In other words, typing sales -data is exactly the same as simply typing sales. It references exactly the same cells. So all that remains for this lesson is to save your work, and I'm going to save with the new name Sales Summary 4. And as usual, I'll save to the folder above my Sample Files folder. I click the Save button, and you've now completed Lesson 116. Use special items in structured table references.